Narcissists cheat themselves through their lack of intuition and discernment. They operate out of their egotistical state permanently. They constantly live in airy fairyland, like they live in a fantasy. So this actually makes them quite easy to trick. Let me tell you a little bit about my story as someone who is a survivor and a thriver of narcissistic abuse and now walking in victory. My narcissistic ex, who is now deceased actually, really screwed himself. And a lot of people in his life helped him do that. So this ex of mine was obviously insecure. He was a narcissist, they all are. And everything that he once admired me for, he ended up envying and hating me for. And he wanted to strip me of all of these qualities. He did everything you can think of to try and humble and destroy me. And when I wanted out of the situation, I would try to reason with him about this and speak to him about it. But he was impossible. He would shout me down, break things around the house, and basically try to intimidate me into brushing everything under the carpet. So I realized that I couldn't have a normal ending with this person. I couldn't exit without it being a violent one, which could be very traumatic for my child. So I'm going to have to be treacherous about this. I'm going to have to deal with you as you are, because honoring you enough to be honest about it equals violence. Now, he was a part of a sound. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a crew of DJs who have a following and they take their equipment and they play at different events. This sound was about the only thing that this man was committed to. A typical day would include like setup, sound testing, and whatever else, and it would last for the whole day. So I knew that I could potentially leave him during this time and have him come back to us and all of our things gone. Because I knew I had this plan, I stopped trying to reason with him. Because in my mind, I know I'm going to get away from you. But of course, he never knew this. So he's thinking, well, she's not bringing it up anymore. I guess my intimidation tactics have worked. She's not going anywhere. On top of his disrespect and abuse, he had a lot of hateful people in his life, which included female friends, and male friends, which I found out, exes, children, and whoever in between. They hated the fact that not only I existed, but also our son. They were so bitter. I've never seen anything like it. They were in his ear about me constantly. You know, they would try to stir up and like add to what they already knew was going on. So like encouraging the abuse. And others would just trash me completely as an attempt to put him off of me. They desperately wanted me to feel so rejected, like so unheard and not listened to. Little did they know that I was actually trying to escape. He was definitely influenced by these outsiders. He started treating me even worse because remember, he thinks I'm not going anywhere. But little did he know I was going on property viewings back to back without him knowing. But it just wasn't working. Then he got sick with prostate cancer. I said, what am I going to do? I want to leave this man, but he is the father of my child and he is sick. I would pray and pray for answers. I didn't want answers from biased fake people. I wanted answers from the Most High, right? And my intuition said to me, hang in there. Hang in there. I knew that I was going to get some sense of relief somehow. I didn't know how, but I had faith. This was heavy on me. This was so heavy. Like, I'm going to have to become a carer for a man who's been abusing me? He's the father of my child. This is sticky. I went to the appointments with him. He spoke to all of the staff like absolute shit. I medicated him at night. Even sometimes clean up his sick during the night. And this was on top of having a 2-year-old child to look after. And all people could do was judge. We fought a lot about cancer treatment because he was so stubborn. And that took a lot out of me. Like, to the point where it was making me sick. I said, I'd ask myself, why am I even bothering? But my intuition just kept saying, hang in there. Hang it in there. Meanwhile, I had no support. All people would do was this. Nothing else. And they saw it as an opportunity. This man had a life-threatening illness, and they saw it as an opportunity to come at me more, hate me more. Not really directly, but more indirectly, energetically. They were doing a lot of shit behind the scenes. These people are very hateful. It's like a cult. This man, who they claim to have cared about, mind you, was sick. And it's like the priority was hating me. Just think about that. And I said, oh. That was when I realized how evil and how disgusting these people actually were. And I said, oh, they think I'm going to do all of the hard work by myself and be at his bedside till the very end like a fool while they take all the glory. I said, we'll see about that. You are not going to scapegoat me. I'm going to be the one to walk out of this peacefully, because all you people care about is money, whilst I care about my sanity and my peace and happiness. We are not the same. So after a very intense verbal altercation between myself and my son's dad at the hospital, when he made my son very upset, that was it. I said, I'm done. I let his brother know, and I let his cousin know that I was done. It's your turn now. And then I realized that God wanted me to go to the hospital that day, because I wasn't actually supposed to go to the hospital that day, but I ended up going. He wanted me to go so that I could officially be done, because that's what I was. God said, why should you run away from your home? You're not the abuser. I will take him out of the home and deal with him. He's in my hands now. Now I'm the most confident, the strongest I've ever felt. I'm happy. I've never felt this happy. I am literally walking in victory. I feel good. I like the way I look. I like the way I feel. I'm healthy. The opposite of what all of those people wanted. The devil is a liar. He is a liar. And now I can uplift other women to feel exactly the same. So you see, I listened. I listened to my God-given intuition and discernment. Simple people are not able to do this because they have a facade to keep up. I don't. I want to do what is authentic and real to me, no matter how it looks to others. That's the level I'm on. He lacked discernment, so he allowed outside influence to encourage him to not listen to me. And it worked. So much that he screwed himself. By the time he decided to cooperate, it was too late. All because he lacked discernment and intuition, he's not here today. Isn't that something? So collective, please, trust in your intuition. Trust in your discernment, because it will literally save your life.